Josh and Jay back with the America is Blue podcast, but with some positive news to report. My heart is thumping. I'm not so much used to this whole winning thing, so it's starting to grow on me. But, glad to be talking about something positive for once. It's great to see us rounding into something. You can't use the word form yet, but it's much better than what we've seen. Jay, so glad that we're doing this the way that we have to talk about something good this time. What are some of your initial thoughts on the match at Stamford Bridge tonight?
I'm going to start with, man, the brown liquor is back in
Right
effect for the big W.
Yeah.
Dude, it felt like Chelsea again. Where we been, man? Where we been? Dude, this is what we've been begging for. It's been such a painful season. And, man, it's so nice to not only see the boys on the field put out, but then the fans, and then the fans help the boys, and everything just got louder and louder and louder as this game progressed. I was watching the pregame, and it was the Dortmund fans that were lighting everything up. We're coming in out of form. They're in form. They smell blood in the water. We've struggled to give our supporters at home reasons to stay in the game, because even if we start off well, a little bit of adversity, and we have no way to be able to change the momentum back. And although there was not that much ebb and flow, I mean, we kind of took this game to them. It was just so nice to see everybody in unison feeling positive about the team and coming away with a huge win. So I'm gonna enjoy it. I don't know what the rest of the season holds. I'm not making any wild prognostications. I just want to enjoy this because this was great.
No, it's finally nice to be back in the dub side of the conversation. And look, man, the word was necessary. Like, this had to happen. Okay. It absolutely was completely necessary, from the staff to the players to the owners. I mean, to the fans, of course, finally being at home for another Champions League Tuesday night, which is the most exciting stuff that you could ever ask for in European football. It's just absolutely necessary that these guys put a performance together. They showed some backbone. A lot of the guys that we've been down on really showed up. And some of the guys that we, expected more from showed out tonight. We left a couple of opportunities out there. We can get into the details now, but it was absolutely a necessary performance, and hats off to them because, they deserved to win. We were by far the better side.
Absolutely. And again, backs against the wall. The pressure has been mounting, and everybody's been calling for Potter's head. This is a massive, massive performance out there.
Dumpster fire.
There's going to be a lot. Listen, we've been real harsh, rightly so, on players, on manager. I think there's going to be a lot of props thrown around today because everybody who had a hand in this deserves it. This is really big.
No, 100%. So, look, man, we can't say this enough either. Dortmund was the number one informed team in Europe by a mile. I mean, They haven't lost a match this year yet. So it's nice to put them down, and also in the biggest competition, which they just can't seem to advance in. And we have a history of, when we're putting a turd out in England, of, showing up and showing out in this particular tournament, which just happens to be the most important one. I want to give a little perspective on this. 5 wins. 5 wins away in the Champions League.
This is true. I mean, obviously, competition tends to get tougher and tougher. I hope we have to find our form, and it can't just be at Champions League Tuesday events. We have to start to build on this. I didn't give a shit when we beat Leeds 1-0 in a horrible game. I wasn't feeling good. I didn't think this was a stepping stone or something that was going to really change the trajectory of the season. It was a disgusting performance. We came out with a victory. We're all happy to have 3 points because it's the object of every match we're playing in the Prem. But there was nothing to pull or to draw from that game to inspire any confidence moving forward. This is a different story, and we need to take everything that we just cultivated today, and we need to play that forward once we get back into England and we're playing in the Prem. Yeah. And if we can do that and we can build and start gaining some momentum and some cohesion and get these guys playing together, we've done it before.
No,
We've done it before, so I wouldn't put it past us to do it again. Although, again, no wild predictions.
no, I
here.
got you. But let's just throw it out there then. I thought Kai Havertz played amazing in the first half. He hasn't, shown up in a lot, but he showed up tonight. He played extremely well. When he's a little bit deeper, he just adds a different layer of effectiveness. And I hope that's maybe something we might see from him a little bit more often. But he played his ass off tonight. Big hat tip to him. He was the tone setter in the first half. I liked what I saw from Marc Cucurella. It was by far his best performance in a Chelsea shirt. Props to him. Ben Chilwell was amazing. Koulibaly was huge. You'd have trouble having a negative word or thought in your mind about anybody who suited up tonight. Truly.
That's spot on. There was nobody who played bad. Everybody played well to various degrees. I thought Chilwell was exceptional. I thought João, Havertz, and Sterling all played really top-notch ball up top. And I'm liking it. We've been a three in the back team for a little bit now, and I just think that there's a comfort level in and around that, given that we've kind of drilled in it.
When you got Chile and Reece James, it makes all the difference in the world. I mean,
but even with those guys, when we play four in the back, we just look like a fish out of water. We all want to see this progressive style of football. 4-3-3 is in vogue, but I don't know. I mean, in my fanhood with Chelsea, when we've hit really beautiful peaks, this is what we've done.
Like the 3-4-3.
With Antonio Conte, we had three in the back. It fortifies us in the back. We can take advantage of two of our best players, providing width on the wings. We were a bit overmatched today in the midfield. That led to the meaningless possession that Dortmund had. We played counter-attacking ball, which I have no problem with. And the three guys up top were able to generate, with the help of the wingers flying forward, we were able to generate so many chances. So it's a little bit unfortunate that some of the new bodies that we brought in, that they're going to be boxed out, or we're going to have to work in some rotation and get some of these guys playing time. I'm speaking solely about Mudryk and Nani. But this formation just seems to suit us. And if we need to just get results, this may not be what we play moving forward, but if we need to get results to finish the season off on the right foot, let's just roll with it.
You got to do what's necessary. And W's are the only thing that matters right now. And that's Absolutely. In every single freaking competition. And you know what? The guys seem to have gotten the message, because Lord knows what would have happened in that place if they didn't produce a result. I really think it would have been a nuclear environment in there.
Yeah, mutinous.
Yeah, I mean, just terrible. But
I want to echo the props for Cucurella. When I saw the team sheet, I was like, no way. He hasn't played in forever. He was dodgy. Why are we doing this today? And I thought he played great. So I want to give special props because, again, these guys that we've been really hard on, listen, you go out there, you do what you're supposed to do, we bleed blue. So we get the performances, we get the results. We are all on board. That's what we want to see. We want everybody playing at their top levels. Cucurella played an amazing game today.
Yeah, I mean, the guy definitely deserves all the flowers. He came out like he had a point to prove, man, and he did.
Yeah, for sure.
There's nobody who's been sitting here heaping the praise and the superlatives and the plaudits on Marc Cucurella, but he does. He deserves it. I saw he got man of the match. For the formal Champions League man of the match. He's not mine, but I don't disagree with the selection. I think there's a lot of guys you could argue were man of the match today. So props to him for winning that official award. But getting to the goal, of course, a lot of build up. Everyone's dying. The typical story, the close hitters, the misses, but finally Raheem Sterling gets a bounce, slashes one straight through the center of the goal, and all the pressure is relieved.
I think the soccer gods have not been kind to us. They've been brutal.
Neither of the football gods.
Between the injuries, it's either of those gods. It's been bad, man. Every coin flip decision has just nothing has seemed to be going our way, and it's been really frustrating. And we were due, and we got it today, right? So Sterling whiffs on the ball after hitting woodwork, missed chances. It seems like we're going down the same road where we're actually playing well. We're going to get frustrated. They're going to nick in some bullshit goal, and then we're just going to fold like origami. Today, ball gets whizzed across, completely whiffs on it, little bit of a lucky bounce on the touch, and then he just sideswipes it and drills it into the top net. The relief at that point in time to know that we were back in it, and then the crowd starts to roar. Then the crowd starts to get going. And now we get to go into halftime with the positive vibes. And then we didn't shit the bed when we came out of the dressing room, which has been a problem. We came out with the same level of energy, the commensurate amount of energy to go out there and finish the job, which was great.
Oh, I mean,
but we should have been up 2-3-0.
100%. But the point is, they rose to the occasion. They showed up and they played with urgency right out of the gate, which in the second half for us, typically of late, has been extremely disappointing.
It's been a problem.
So, starting fast, we got some fortunate breaks. We had a couple of things go our way this time. And look, man, we can get into this little debate a little bit later. I was dying watching Kai, who deserved to be taking the penalty in the first place, to have him hit the post, again, and then him stepping up the second time and doing the same exact move. I thought he missed the second time. My heart was in my throat. I thought it was headed right for the exact same part on the post. But he sneaked it through, and you go up 2-0.
Yeah, it was a messy underpants kind of moment. I didn't want him to take it.
Neither did I.
I did not want him to take it. He stood up there, and I'm like, Kai, you pull some bullshit. You pull some, cutesy... Bro, just go up there and throw your laces through the ball. Wherever you're going to hit it. If you hit it into the third deck, I don't care. Just go up there, be aggressive, laces through. And no, he tries to do the Jorginho, wait for the kick, and then...
I can't say. Well, let me get into that real quick. So when we were talking about, or any other possible penalty takers, right? You're talking about Kai's technique. It's this weird quasi Jorginho, cutesy, not wrapping your foot around it kind of thing. I see a lot of Frank Lampard situations when I see Reece James put his foot through the ball. And if I wanted anybody taking a penalty for me, in Chelsea history, it's Frank Lampard. And I just think that Reece James will step up there and just rocket blast shots into the corner. Even if he mishits one, as long as it's on target, you'd feel like it's going in. And you need to take more of a screamer approach than you do the catch him off guard approach.
Yeah, there's not many guys on the pitch that I would have wanted to take it over Kai, but I would have. I know you're probably not gonna like. I would have taken João Felix, and I know he wanted it. I would have taken Enzo Fernandez. I mean, we saw what 100%. He did during the World Cup. He had no problem with massive pressure going ahead and getting it done. Raheem Sterling's penalties are not. That's not his strong suit. But those other two guys, I throw Reece James in there also. I would have taken any of those guys over Kai.
Yeah.
And he goes up there and does that, and thank God, again, the gods were on our side. The gods were on our side. We get another crack at it. And then again, I thought the same thing. I saw the same bullshit. I thought they were showing a replay. Because from my stream, they were showing it on like a bird's eye view.
Yeah.
Like they did of the replay when he banged it off the post. And then when I saw that net in, I was like, all right, we got away with one. Fantastic. Now let's see this thing through. Of course we had to make it interesting.
Let's not forget this too. Let's not forget this too. It means a lot of money for Todd Boehly. I wish there could be a live counter on how much money Chelsea just made by advancing to the next round of the Champions League. He's thinking, whoo, we getting another home game. Thank God. You know how much money that makes? I mean, it is just unbelievable.
Yeah, it's millions. It's millions of euros. And then, which we kind of need. I mean, I'm assuming, I'm hoping that they went into all these transactions, assuming that we were not going to go far in the Champions League. Like we're good no matter what. I don't know how that math works, but I'm sure this certainly.
We got a redevelopment project to finance too. I mean, there's a whole lot of money.
This as well.
Need to do that.
So let me ask you now as we move along. Now we start getting the subs on. How are you feeling when we took João Felix off and we brought Conor Gallagher
I knew that you were upset when they
I threw my remote across the room. I'm like, you've got to be shitting me. I'm like, of all people, you've got to be shitting me. And Connor, again, we all know my stance. He didn't play bad. He does some stupid shit. He has to stop leaving his leg in there to get fouls drawn on him. Because he gave up that free kick late in the game.
It was terrible. I'm like, that was crazy.
Just don't leave your leg in there. What is the point? Either make the tackle, take the guy out, but don't just leave your leg in there for nothing.
Reyna had been setting that up a couple times too, because Reyna had gotten chopped down and they had played advantage, and Reyna was setting that up, and he finally got the call right at the end. And I was like, oh, that's a spider monkey moment. Jay's not going to be very, very happy with Connor right now.
My remote, the back latch of the remote that holds the batteries in will no longer affix into said remote.
Yeah.
I was heated. I'm like, we're going to blow this right now. I'm like, we have this thing, and now we're going to screw the pooch. And no, man, no. Keep this moving, because obviously that didn't happen.
Well, and I did not expect to see Pooley on the pitch. I saw he was on the bench. I didn't think that there would be a chance that he got in, but it was nice to see him get a couple of touches, play a little bit. He gave the ball away, trying to do the right thing, going into the corner at the end of the match. But I was surprised that he had match fitness, and that's a good sign because we need everybody right now. We need some different ideas.
It felt like the decisions were not great, and it didn't work out poorly, but. We took, we were in full control of the game, and that does not mean that you keep on pressing forward and you have to get that next goal. Like, you needed to secure a win and fair play. Like, that's what happened. So credit has to be given. But we saw this again in the game versus Leeds, where we took our foot off the pedal and all of a sudden we invited the pressure. The same thing started to happen here, is that as soon as we started taking our attacking threats who were really challenging their back line, all of a sudden they started to gain momentum and they started to push out. I did not like it that we took João off, because I thought he was dangerous and he was playing well and he was able to advance the ball. I did not like it that we subbed Gallagher on. If it was something where it was like for like, and maybe Mudryk got some burn 100%. There, because you knew that Dortmund had to start coming after you. They were desperate for the goal, which was going to leave their back line open and susceptible. And then again, you have the speed to burn them over the top. Pulisic. What a crazy situation. I mean, you're going up against your ex-team. Maybe there's some edge there, but what a crazy situation. And what was it, like the 80th minute? To put Pulisic, who hasn't played in a month and a half, in a Champions League game that is desperate. If Dortmund score and now you're forced to play with these guys to get a game winner, dude, you're taking a massive risk there. So I was shocked by some of the subs. But that don't matter because we won. So whatever. Who the hell am I?
I mean, look, man, it's just good to be in this spot right now. So let's get into it right now, man. Let's get into the man of the match, which, as always, is brought to you by All Out Fitness. And at All Out Fitness, they're empowering individuals to be their best selves. Jay, who is your man of the match for tonight's 2-0 multiple goal Champions League victory at Stamford Bridge?
I'm giving it to Ben Chilwell. I thought Ben played outstanding on the wing. Still, I mean, good service on set pieces from the corners, putting pressure on down the line. You had the assist to Sterling. Just, it's all you can ask for out of a performance from him. So last week when I was like, I'm still seeing a little bit of rust on him. I'm seeing the effort. I'm seeing the right intentions, but I'm not seeing quite the veneer that we're used to out of him. I thought he played outstanding today. So Benny Chills.
I too have the cool Ben Chilwell. And because we're such a stat show, this time I brought some stats because I saw
it.
Yeah, so check this out. He completed 100% of his tackles. He won 4 duels. He created 2 chances, 2 clearances, 2 shots, 2 fouls drawn. All from Chile tonight. That's
great.
That's stuff in the stat sheet. And it's great to have him on the pitch, especially when he's providing width and he can whip those balls in because he does. He does a wonderful job with those crosses. And there was some meat on the bone there too. We could have done more with what he was supplying, but it's nonetheless, these things are going to keep hitting. These guys got to keep working at it, in training, and hopefully we'll have more end results. And dude, maybe we'll score 3 one day.
Maybe. And I'm going to give an honorable mention. We taketh, we also need to giveth. Graham Potter, got the job done today. He set us up right. Cucurella was a roll of the dice. That came through. So as much as we take hot steaming dumps all over Graham Potter on this cast, today he came through. So hopefully he starts to get some confidence in himself and he starts to act with more authority as a leader of this team. We're going to, after this, dude, as much as we have been clamoring for him to be gone, after you win this game, there's not even an opportunity for you to get rid of him because you have very high stakes in the Champions League. So you're never going to get rid of him until we're out of that. And then by then, the season's pretty much over. So you have to stick with him.
Well, I mean, so for the rest of this season,
he's here. He's here for now. Yeah. There's no more Potter season, out for this season. Yeah, that's what I mean.
For the season. Yeah. I mean, if we don't qualify in Europe in any way, I think there's a legitimate chance we'll have a new manager before next season.
That's a different story. But I'm talking. I mean, dude, I've wanted him out 7-8 weeks now. Like, please just bye. We're gonna have him, and if he can take the risks and the chances that he took today and have that work out, and have that faith in the players. And the other thing that I saw, I was a little surprised because at the end of this game, I saw genuine joy from our players on that pitch.
Yeah, man.
And I saw genuine joy in our players celebrating with our manager. Right? Like we haven't seen this dude in forever. Elation between the fans, the manager, everybody was so happy for each other. Like, we have to build off of this. And I was a little bit surprised.
I hope so. Dude,
I was a little bit surprised.
I still, honestly, I'm processing it because we've been so bad for so long. And I'm so much, obviously glad that we won and so happy that we're advancing in the best competition in the world to watch. I mean, it's the best. We just got to continue to get better because unless we're ratcheting it up significantly, it means a lot for his career, man. And if you want jobs like this and you want to prove that you're, the man of the ilk to, help raise trophies at Chelsea Football Club, you gotta be better. And hopefully this is, putting us on the path towards that. So I'm with you, man. Positive. We do bleed blue. So we're heading up to the Midlands this weekend, man. We're away at Leicester in the Prem. That's 10 a.m. on Saturday. Any initial thoughts, man? Other than we need to fucking win?
That's all I give a shit about. That's it. I don't care about anything else. I mean, they're kind of like a wounded duck this year also. They've had a strange season. We've been kind of shitty.
Yep.
I don't care what we do. As long as we can build momentum and get this team start rounding into form and get W's on the board, that's the only thing that matters. So let's just get a win.
100%. And we appreciate the likes, the subscriptions. Thanks for everybody for tuning in. This is Josh, Jay. We're bringing you the America's Blue podcast. We'll be back this weekend with another follow-up for Leicester. Thanks, guys.